Destroying Destiny, Book 2, The Tooth Bully, Chapter 8, Honey and Eggs. In the lowest of lowest lower corridors and chambers of the Candy City Capitol building, our heroes and Calvin the Ape see their first sight of their new, sweet yet dingy dungeon abode. With walls weathered and worn from criminals living out their scorn, and with marred and scarred bars upon bars made of metal and candy bars, and with one lowly and little opening on the top of the far wall that wallows in honey that slowly slurs in from the overflow of the flowing fountains on the surface. The dungeon smells of sweets, yet tastes of Candy City's curses. Puddles upon huddles of honey muddles and cuddles with grime, and in a sticky corner a candy girl sits and throws fits, having nothing to do with her time but contemplate the idiotic injustice that ordained her work a crime. "Get in," a candy guard smirked toward our heroes. "Carl, will you take the supposed ape to dungeon 34.5? With a nod, the other guard led Calvin away. "Hey, we need directions from him. All this is outrageous, ridiculous, a load of sloth goat dung," Pancake screamed with nervous anger. "We haven't done anything wrong." Yeah, tell it to my friend's cousin's brother named Glenn. We don't have to hear it," a guard scoffed as he unhandcuffed and shoved our heroes into the cell. "No!" Pancake shot back at the door as the door shut and the guards left. I don't want to tell him." "Yeah, we don't want to tell Glenn," Steve zipped. "You really told him, Pancake." "Shush up, Steve." Pancake plopped on the least honeyed corner of the floor. "If you weren't a backpack, I would pummel you." "Oh, I know." "Well, thanks, Gertrude. Your negotiations went really well," Pancake chided. The boy grinned. "No need to be all uptight, Pan. The situation isn't too dire. They were too stupid to take our weapons." Pancake jumped up. "When will you think we're in trouble? We have yet to get directions from Calvin, a hairy man that calls himself an ape, and we're stuck in a disgusting dungeon filled with honey." "I would say the situation is pretty sweet," Steve chuckled. The girl merely rolled her eyes. "And we have a bounty on our heads, and that is all aside from the time-sensitive mission we're on to destroy Destiny." Pancake the persistent. More like Pancake the pessimistic. "Geez," Gertrude joked, sitting down right in the middle of the honey and lathering his hands in the sweet, sugary, sticky snack. "Pan, sit down and let's think this one through." "Oh, you have another great plan?" "Pan, please," Gertrude sighed. "Fine," Pancake huffed, shooting cinnamon and sitting once more. "What are we going to do, Gertrude the Valiant?" "Just think, Pan. Let's just pause and think." Gertrude grinned, going to comb back his hair, but quickly remembering the honey on his hand. "Yeah, just think," Steve zipped. "Slow and steady wins the race. Or at least that's what I've heard." Pancake merely groaned, set her head in her hands, and thought, mostly about how she didn't like the gross honey on the floor. Nonetheless, the candy girl, boy, and backpack sat quietly, thinking, thoughting, and plotting innumerable thinks and thoughts and plots about how to escape from their honey cell lot. Ideas from climbing the wall to the hole to annoyingly yelling and even just wishing to have a squeaky uni-aper glove swarmed our heroes' minds. All the while, storms upon swarms of honeybees, that is, bees made out of honey, swarmed and swam through the honey streams, being more honey than bee. But no such swarm of good ideas came. None. Not one. Zero. Also not 2, or 3, or 4. Or even 7.5. To reiterate, they didn't have any good ideas. "I wish my parents were here. Mom would know what to do," Pancake sighed. "Greatest archer there ever was. I wish they hadn't gone off to fight in the war." "Yeah, I miss my parents too. I just wonder where they are now." "Who knows?" Gertrude huffed and licked some honey off of his hand. "I remember the last letter we received from them. Feels like yesterday. I was so excited to open the crinkled parchment. And to hear their stories," Pancake finished. "My memory of your parents is dim. I guess because I can't see or something. But I sure do remember the stories," Steve zipped. "I remember marveling, wishing to hear them in person. My favorite story was the time Gertrude's dad led the Great March against the Cockroach King in Roach Ridge. Gertrude smiled. Yes, that's a good one. Where he got his title, Frederick the Frightening. Who would have thought that I would be following in his footsteps, now with cockroach warriors on my tail and a bounty on my head? Wait, interrupted the unknown candy girl in the corner. What did you just say?